He was tortured, interrogated. They wanted him to confess the theft which he has not committed.
अब हमें अब क्या करते, बोला बच्चे को जान तो बचाना ना, हाथ तो नहीं चलेगा, हाथ भी चलेगा, अब जान तो होना ना हम ना.
He's lost the wages that he would be getting from that as well. We further demand that pending the disciplinary inquiry against the officials,
Police brutality and custodial torture is one of the most inhumane forms of human rights violence. It generally happens when a person alleged of any crime is under the custody of law enforcement officials. In India, there are several cases that aren't reported and the accused don't get convicted. India does not have any comprehensive law on torture. The Indian Constitution has granted rights to every individual. Article 21, right to life, which means that basic rights for a person who's been detained or convicted cannot be taken away. Article 22 ensures the right of every accused to be produced before a magistrate. When a person is arrested, the person or police officer making the arrest should bring the arrested person before a magistrate or judicial officer without unnecessary delay.
मैं पूछी, मैं बच्चे को देखना, मैं बच्चे को दिखाओ, मैं देखना है तो नहीं दे, नहीं दिखाते कर को बोल डाले उन्होंने. बाद फिर दूसरे दिन गए, जब भी नहीं दिखाए, बस 3वें दिन को गए तो ये तो थे मोटे पाँव फूक जा को ऐसा हिमभेंट कर ले को बच्चा ही पर चढ़ को जा रहा है. देखे तो बोले ध्यान से ना मेरा बच्चा क्यों तुम्हें नहीं कर को बोले तो नहीं दिखाते कर को बोले. हफ्ते के दिन बुला ले का मतलब हफ्ते के दिन मुझे 9 घंटे हमको बुला को तो बोले मुझे इतने पैसे दियो मैं इनको छोड़ दूं का. मैं बोली मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है पते देने के वास्ते कर बोली मैं छोड़ो ना. पूजा को 9:30 घंटे हो गए थे, रात के 9:30 घंटे. रास्ता में नहीं मैं जाती हूँ, बच्चा रोता था, इन्हें अम्मी कर बुलाता था, इन्हें रोले को था. नहीं बा मेरे पास पैसे नहीं, मैं जाती हूँ घर को बोल डाल को और बस घर को आ गई. सुबह को 10 घंटे से 12 12:30 तक फोन करे आपको बुला ले जाओ. मैं बोली सर मेरे पास पैसे नहीं, मैं बुला ले जाती हूँ आपको, जरा को ठहरो, अभी 10,000 ही भर्ती हो को हिंसो आज हूँ भर्ती कर ले कार्य हूँ बुला ले जाती. नहीं माँ पैसे क्या भी नको, फर्स्ट तुम्हारे बच्चे को बुला ले चले जाओगे. हमें परेशान हो गए, इनो क्या इनो पैसे नको कर को बोल भेज डाल रही, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है मंजे इतने बार फोन कर डाल रही ना करके बोल कर. मस्ता ऐसा स्टेशन करने गई, मस्ता बच्चे के मंजे खड़ा को फोटो पकड़ है को ऐसा इनको ताकि देखो बुला ले जाओ करके बोल को साथ में भेज डाले. हम लोग शक होगा क्या रही इनो अचानक भेज डाले, पैसे नहीं सोचे घर को. इनो रात कुछ आई नहीं, रात कुछ बुखार आ गई, ऐसा बीमार रहे साथ बीमार हो गए. हाथ में फुगले एक दिन को 3 दिन में इतना मोटा हाथ होगा, इतना बड़ा होगा, काला होगा हाथ, यहाँ सब काला बनेगा. ऐसा होगा डॉक्टर बोलने भी वो मसल से भी फोड़ डाली मार को, नसा से भी फुट गई उसे मार को, हाथ का दम चलेगा, हाथ काटना कर को बैठ गया. जान
तो फिर उसके बाद हाथ काट दिए क्या?
हाँ जान बस, जान होना सोगी तुमने हाथ होना कहे, जान बसती नहीं, हाथ काटे तो जान बसती सो कर बोला. अब हमें अब क्या करते, बोला बच्चे को जान तो बचाना ना, हाथ तो नहीं चलेगा, हाथ भी चलेगा, अब जान तो होना ना हम ना. उसके वास्ते हमें क्या करें, हमारे बच्चे का जान ही दे डालो, हमारा हाथ नहीं तो जान देकर बोल को हमें हाथी से बच्चे का जान ही बचा लिया. क्या करती बोलो, अब वो भी नहीं तो बच्चा क्या करती हमें बोलो. एक दिन भी हम ना मैसेज दिए, देखने नहीं दिया हमें.
The recent case of Salman Khan, a daily wage worker from Bengaluru, went through the same torture that has changed his life forever. If we take a detailed look into this case with the investigation done by the fact-finding committee, there are several reasons why it must be highlighted. Khan, who is in his early 20s, was kept in judicial custody from October 27 to 31st without any FIR being registered. His family frantically made searches for him as they weren't informed about his arrest.
So we've conducted a fact-finding into the police brutality and torture of Salman Khan. There are several things that as a fact-finding team we are demanding, both from the state authorities as well as the police authorities. One is that an FIR has to be registered against the offenders and that they immediately have to be arrested. This cannot be taken lightly. It's been a month since the incident and there's still no FIR against the accused officials. They haven't been arrested, there's no inquiry against them. Second is that a disciplinary inquiry has to be initiated against them. A full-fledged independent inquiry into the incident of custodial torture has to be initiated. Compensation has to compulsorily be granted to Salman Khan to the tune of at least 50 lakhs to ensure that he is able to get back on his feet, considering that he was the sole earning member of his family, and without his right hand, which according to him is his dominant hand, he can't work anymore now. He was a mere meat seller, and now he's lost the wages that he would be getting from that as well. So according to Salman Khan, when we spoke to him at Hosmat Hospital, he informed us that he was taken to the station on 27th night, with the police having been informed by someone that he was involved in the theft of batteries. So on the night of the 27th, he was taken to the police station. While he says that I might have been involved in the sale of some of them, the police wanted him to confess to the stealing of batteries that he was not actually a part of. Since he refused to give this confession to theft that he was not a part of, he has been brutally tortured and beaten. This is what Mr. Salman Khan informed the fact-finding team.
Salman was allegedly tortured for 3 days and asked to confess for crimes he didn't commit, apart from the theft of batteries which he had agreed to be a part of. According to a statement by Salman, he was punched, beaten up and tortured by 3 police officers. These disturbing details of torture led to Salman's arm being infected and swollen up. He was being treated at Vaidehi Hospital and was told to amputate his arm because of the infection that had spread deeply.
Sir Salman Khan, aged about 22 years, he is from minority community, from a very poor family. He has been eking out his livelihood by selling meat. He was working in a meat shop. See, on 27th, Vartur police picked him up on suspicion of some theft case. He was thrashed. But it is a very significant point is that no FIR was registered against him. He was illegally detained, wrongfully confined for a week, 27th to 30th, 4 days. 30th to 4 days he was thrashed and his hand swollen. He was taken to hospital by the police. On 30th, the police of Vartur police station demanded 50,000 from his mother. She said she doesn't have that money. On the next day, 31st, they said, don't pay money, take your son. By the time he was thrashed by the police and he was taken from Vaidehi Hospital to presently lodged in Hosmat Hospital. The point is, police station should maintain a register called as station house diary, prison diary, sentry diary, person who is brought to the police station, there must be a CCTV camera. Nothing was maintained. When the fact-finding team approached the inspector, inspector says CCTV camera was under repair. And this is only to conceal the evidence. After his admission in the hospital, the inspector sends a team of policemen to take away all the medical reports. Now they wanted to build up a case that he has fallen and sustained injury. All that will come to light if there is a proper investigation by the ACP level officials so that the truth will come out. This has to be investigated, data will be available in the DVR, that has to be taken out. If it is deleted, it will show deleted. Then they are accountable. No, my point is, the entire team of police under the leadership of Somsekhar, the inspector, as a organized crime syndicate, they committed this offence.
In Khan's case, both Article 21 and 22 were violated, which recently led to the suspension of the 3 police officers. The Supreme Court describes custodial torture as a naked violation of human dignity and degradation which destroys the human personality to a very large extent. In India, torture is not criminalized in law as a separate or special offence. Though provisions in the Indian Penal Code, sections 330 and 348, penalizes acts that can be considered as torture, with 3 and 7 years of imprisonment, respectively, if proven guilty. A report by the National Campaign Against Torture shows that 1,731 people died in police custody in 2019, which is an average of 5 people every single day. Even non-heinous crimes like theft in Khan's case have led to police personnel torturing inside custody. In a country like India, one of the biggest democracies, there are a lot of social prejudices which make some individuals an easy target. We have seen different cases over the years which can stand as an example for this. So it's important that laws are implemented which help individuals seeking their right more freely and with dignity. There's also a flip side to this, where we've witnessed and heard stories of the bravery and kindness that many police personnel have shown, especially during the time of the pandemic as frontline workers.